That Friday night started like any other, quiet, dull, filled with a silence heavier than any argument. My wife, Emily, had been distant for weeks. Her laughter, once reserved for me, now belonged to someone at the other end of her phone. The way she smiled while texting, the way she turned the screen away whenever I walked in, it was all painfully obvious. I told myself not to assume the worst. Maybe work was stressful. Maybe she needed space. But then she tossed her hair, looked at me with that cold, mocking grin and said, "You're not getting anything from me tonight." And in that moment it hit me. The woman in front of me wasn't the one I had married. This wasn't about affection anymore. This was about control. I paused studying her. She expected me to argue, to beg, to react. That's what she wanted, to see me break. But I didn't give her the satisfaction. Instead, I smiled faintly. "You know what? That makes things easier." Her grin faltered. Confusion flickered in her eyes. I picked up my car keys, slipped on my jacket, and calmly walked out. No shouting. No slammed doors. No drama. Just silence. Behind me I could feel her shock. She thrived on control. That night, for the first time, I reclaimed it. I drove for hours without destination. Just the open road, the cool night air, and the clarity that cut sharper than any anger. I stopped at a small cafe I hadn't visited in years, the one where I once dreamed of a life filled with love, laughter, and peace. Funny thing, I had built that life with Emily, and now she was dismantling it piece by piece. As I sat there, I thought of every compromise I'd made, every argument I avoided, every moment I swallowed my pride for her happiness. And I realized something. I had been fighting for someone who had already emotionally walked away. When I got home, the house was dark. Emily was either asleep or pretending to be. Her phone glowed faintly on the nightstand, buzzing intermittently. I picked it up, not out of curiosity but out of self-respect. One message stared back at me. "Had a great time tonight." Winking face. The words blurred with a mix of anger and heartbreak. But I didn't smash the phone. I didn't wake her. I photographed the message, returned the phone exactly as I found it, and walked out to the guest room. That little emoji extinguished the last spark of love I had left for her. The next morning, Emily acted normal, humming as she made breakfast. "You're quiet," she said, buttering her toast. "I've got a lot on my mind," I replied. She smiled, thinking I was softening. "Maybe we can talk later?" "Sure," I said. "I'll call if I find time." Her smile faltered slightly. Maybe she sensed the shift, maybe not. Either way, soon she'd understand exactly what I meant. Over the following days I stayed calm, almost unnaturally calm. I went to work early, returned late. I didn't ask where she went, didn't check her phone, didn't argue. That silence drove her crazy. She began texting sweetly again. "Miss you. Let's go out Friday. Maybe we just need a reset." But I already knew her secret. The man in those texts, Daniel, wasn't just some friend. He was her co-worker, married, and foolish enough to text her from his office number. I had all the proof. Screenshots, timestamps, even a photo of them leaving a hotel together. I didn't plan revenge initially, but she pushed me toward it with every fake smile. That Friday, I asked her to dinner at her favorite Italian place, the same one where I once proposed. She was thrilled, glowing, thinking it signaled forgiveness. She wore her best red dress and the perfume reserved for special nights. The waiter brought wine. Emily smiled. "I'm glad we're finally back to normal." I calmly placed an envelope on the table. "We are," I said. "This is the closure you've been waiting for." Inside were printed messages and photos. Her secret laid bare. Her color drained. Her eyes darted between the papers and me. "Where did you get this?" she whispered. The restaurant fell silent. I leaned forward, voice steady. "You said I wasn't getting anything from you. Turns out I don't want anything from you anymore." I left enough cash to cover the bill and walked out. I didn't look back. The sound of her sobs followed, but for the first time I didn't feel pain. I felt free. Weeks later, karma took its course. Daniel's wife discovered everything. Not through me, but through the same photos that had once shattered me. Within 48 hours, he and Emily were both fired from their company. The irony? I had just been promoted to senior manager, the position Daniel had once bragged about over me. When Emily came to my office, pale and trembling, I didn't let her speak. You can't build happiness on lies, I told her. That night driving home I finally felt peace. Not revenge, not bitterness. Peace. She had gambled everything, love, respect, her marriage, for a fleeting thrill. And she lost. The calm I had once been mocked for had become my greatest strength. That night she didn't take anything from me. But she lost everything instead.